something you were thinking about. Something like that, wasn't it? Hello, Dante. Are you knocking over the kitty cam, or can I turn it on? Nope, you're standing right in front of it. You are nothing but a big black blob. What you doing, buddy? You on camera? He's been needy the past couple days. I'm not entirely sure why. Not that I mind. Except he definitely can smell the difference between a work file and a play file. So for some reason, the past couple days, I guess I was in the mood for train wrecks, and couldn't find any new Maury Povich or something. I don't know. But I began watching, or maybe it was one of those recommended for you because you watched a train wreck or something. I don't know. Began watching the compilations of bad auditions for things like X-Files, or X-Files, X-Factor, X-File auditions. Wouldn't that be something? With X-Factor and with American Idol and British Idol and all those Idol stuff. And I got to admit, I don't care for those shows. I will, watch the Susan Boyle miracles, the Grace, the new little girl with her ukulele who was so cool. But, when they make the rounds on Facebook and whatnot, I will watch those. But I don't otherwise kind of go out of my way to watch the shows. I don't care for most reality TV. The highlights are fine for me. But the bad auditions, like, that's all we would watch. We actually have a DVD somewhere of bad American Idol things that somebody bought daughter number one. And boy, just wow. And the thing is, the people that encourage them too. This lovely young lady had an audition, and she was powerful. She was very pretty. She was a horrible singer. And in the wings with the the guy who stands in the wings were her parents and her aunt, who were just like, she's killing it, she's amazing, she's whatever. And on stage, she is belting out flat, off tune, off the pitch. I mean, just, I am no singer, but I can hear this. And it's such, yeah, Ringo, I'm like, when they're done, they're like, how do you think she did? And it's like, oh, she was amazing, and she can do even better. And I'm like, that was a horrible audition. And the judges are like, that was a horrible audition. Now, I mean, I think Simon Cowell's problem, among others, is that he always talks in such absolutes. He's always like, that was the worst thing ever. That was absolutely the worst thing I've ever heard. That was absolute, like, he's cried wolf. And I understand that But it's just, yeah, it's almost like there needs to have an audition room that's a giant bathroom. Or like that, I haven't watched them, but I know it's a popular thing. One of the late night hosts who does car karaoke. Like, if you're singing in your car, if you're singing in a choir, like they had a lady who, she was with the church choir. And it's like, you know what? You're fine with the church choir. You're fine with a bunch of other people and an organ with you. That's fine. You're fine for the family sing-along. The guy who's won karaoke, that's fine. That's karaoke in a bar. This is a giant stage, or even just a performing room where you're singing a cappella. And it's like, you don't really know what you sound like. And I've done it to myself where it's like, I'm singing in the car. I sound okay to this or that song in the car. But if I turn off the music, I don't sound so good. You know? Turn off the music sometimes. Don't sing along with the person and actually hear yourself bouncing back. No. James Court, yeah. Okay, how are we gonna... Alright, let's start with some of the black fills. I know I want that black fill. I'm changing the socks up a little bit. No, I'm not going to do that. Let's do... Our black is going to be this dark blue, so let's do that. There. Which means that. That. And if we're going with Harlequin colors, Lar, unless I do there's a thought, Lar. Unless I do... I'll check something. Okay, the glove is the other color. Yeah, but it's just the acts and some of the... You know, the horrible twist in attitude where it's like, I'm going to go in here and... Or the people who go in saying, I know I'm not very good, so you can train me. You can make me good. You can auto-tune me. You can... Like, that's not the point of this. The point of this is a talent competition. There was one lady who was a voice... What was it? A voice holistic trainer or something. And she sang some sort of song, and each line of the song was a different style. And it was an... She kept saying it was an academic... demonstration, and she knows she can sing because she has a degree in it, and like she was full of attitude from the moment she walked in. and definitely had no intention of giving this kind of an honest performance effort. She knew she wouldn't win. She was there to somehow school and shame the judges. But it's like the point of this is not academia. I mean, it was an interesting thing I felt as a viewer, but it was not a contest audition. You know, it wasn't appropriate to what was being asked of her. And I just thought, well, why did you just spent your day over this? Like, really? You didn't have better things to do than to come down and somehow prove your superiority to the sellouts of the industry or something? Like, I didn't know what her goal was for doing it. Like, you have better things to do with your time, don't you? I would hope. And if of course, she was justifiably angry when they rejected her, or justified in her mind. But I don't know that to call people delusional, I don't know if it's the correct term. Certainly not healthy. Oh, wrong here. I like her. I like her a lot. Let's throw some. But yeah, I mean, I'm entertained and horrified. But when you see so many like that, you just, or the ones who come back year after year. There was a young fella who came back, and that was interesting. He sort of, I guess he first appeared when he was 16, and he was just the rudest shit. And he threw down the microphone and cussed them all out. And he'd come back saying that he was 19, he was, gotten past his angry young man stage, and he was tone deaf. He was horrible. And they had to say, it was nice seeing you again and everything, but you can't sing. And he lost his shit. It's like, you're 19, you said you've matured, you've said all these lovely things for the camera, for the judges, and you're totally wrong. Yeah, you know what? SK4BS, like, yeah, these are people. It's great on a show like, So You Think You Can Dance, when you see people who come back and have trained. They've gone and taken classes. They've gone from being a street dancer, and they're still an amazing street dancer, but they've gone and taken some classes to get that discipline, to get that how to take direction from a choreographer. They've gone and widened their repertoire from just classical whatever to learning how to do something else. Like, that's really cool. Yeah, like, you just